Welcome back to the channel, it's Lewis. Today we're playing Lumber Tycoon 2 with Azzy. Say hello, Azzy. And what are we doing today, Azzy?
We can take a look around here, and what I want to point out mostly is that this base is completely built out of simplicity. No glitches, nothing like that. I started this base not knowing what I wanted to do. I had to fill in a few holes later. All right,
Right.
so you can see there's this little simple AZ sign behind, and the end wood helps make it glow better, although I don't know. Anyways, we walk around here. I've
Yep.
done a few pixel arts. These little things you see on the bottom are because I didn't build my base out to the edge, so I had to find some way to make it look not so horrible if there was
How
a
did you
huge
do that?
space.
What was it?
I just didn't know what I didn't know what I was doing when I started, so then I just put these little wedge things in here,
Nice.
and it just filled the space. That's honestly what I did. And so there's the geckos and
Echoes, nice.
just out of curiosity. I mean, they're lizards, but just out of something interesting, Code found them quite fascinating
Look very
when
cool.
he toured my base once upon a time. And this, I found that the blueprints right now for like the countertops gave kind of a pavement look. So I
Ah,
decided to make this parking lot. That's how I did this. It was extremely difficult. I tell you what, having it leveled, it would have been much easier doing it
yeah.
flat. And I can't even tell you why some of the things that I did because they just were what fit on my base in the moment. I had
Nice.
fun making the playground equipment. I'm kind of wondering why these aren't lit up. Although I may have when stuff loads in, it doesn't stay the same. However, I might have left them black on purpose so that the wires don't light up
Yeah.
because you can see how much they glow and make it difficult to see. I got into this thing with wanting to make noobs. So I put
Ah.
noobs on my playground equipment using a new head every like
That's
the new heads that came out at Christmases, using them every year.
basically like old like Roblox avatars, I think, the noobs.
Yes, yes, just old Roblox noob dudes. And and like here's one doing the playground, so I put them all over my playgrounds.
That's pretty
I
basic.
had to redo most of this when the lighting changed. A real simple way to do flowers. Also made this little card. Shout out to Fairy
I
who
I had one of them when I was little.
of course, right? I had one for my son, to be quite honest. And so I was joking about they were doing a vehicle thing in Lumber Chat Tycoon for a contest, and they were doing vehicles.
Yeah.
And so Fairy jokingly sent a picture of this to me, and because she knew I had this playground here, so I went ahead and put it on my playground. And I of course didn't win the contest, but it was really fun to do it. I
Yeah.
loved the idea of it, right?
Yep.
So as we tour through here, there are simple things. Building the fireplace is kind of an interesting thing to do. It's a lot of it is just finding. None of it's glitched. It's just finding the right blocks to put in the right place, and it takes a ton of patience because a lot of it is just tiles next to each other, tiles and tiles and
Also a
tiles.
few wires as well.
Yeah, and then I did wires to make the flame, and I threw a little. I also like you probably can't see the coal there, and that there's a chimney that goes up too. You can take the coal over to the volcano and actually make it smoke. The problem is it kind of only lasts for the day that you did it,
Right.
right? So, but it's still kind of fun if you want to do that.
Yep.
And then I just did kind of standard stuff in this living room. And there's that light again, the simple light
Yep.
to light up a whole lot of area.
I still need to make that.
So they're still pretty basic, and I keep having to expand. Some of the axes you can't see
Can you see
because of
them?
the glass in front of them. But some of them you can't because the glass in front of them, like you can't tell that one of
Did they
the
change the
yeah.
glass?
So no, it's just that some of them are so translucent that they don't show
Right.
through the glass. Like if I take the glass off, you'd see the other axe there. So this is my little thing for axe cases that I've been doing since the beginning. They follow all the way through since the beginning.
Wow.
And I try to put the boxes above them as well. I used to have a dining room here, but there's so darn many turkeys that I just expanded the counter to
It's
display
like
them.
so many, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. And Nearpix now in the video with us. Nearpix is pretty
Oh,
cool guy.
hello.
And there are things, curtains. This is something I learned. I saw something similar in somebody else's base. So never be afraid to take what somebody else did and make it your own,
Yeah.
right? So, and I've seen people like put wires on them to make like bows on them and stuff. And then I made a dish drainer, put a few things in there. I made the cupboards, made mugs. You can see there's
That's
mugs,
really cool.
plates, made mugs, plates. It's just glass over boards instead of the standard cupboards.
Yeah.
Um, some of these things flip around. The wire isn't supposed to show there as a wire. It's supposed to be sideways as though it's a box on the shelf. Just so you know,
Right.
I'm being honest, but he's given us so many things now that can be food containers in the cupboard
Yeah.
that eventually I'll pull this apart as these other food containers and I won't have to use wire boxes anymore to look like food boxes on the shelf. Here's an example of my microwave. It's just a dishwasher turned backwards with a few wires on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Really that basic to do these things? Really is.
Yeah.
And then, there's a little TV screen or a computer screen, whatever you choose to do
Oh,
there.
he's
Oh,
not.
I skipped. I skipped the bedroom where I have like the kid here. We'll go
Near
look at this real quick.
Nearpick kicked everything off the table.
Oh no.
That's what I was laughing at.
I'll yell at him later. All right. So here's see, we've got our little noob dude here with their hot chocolate and their Rubik's cube
Sitting in the
and their
corner.
computer and they're sitting in front of their laptop, right?
Yep. Oh,
So just use your imagination. That's my point. Use
yeah.
your imagination. Now, the bathroom, and I'm going to give credit to KSI for some of this. That toilet paper holder, I got that from KSI. I just use end wood to make a mirror, right? And
Yep.
then there's lighting. It wasn't that hard to think about doing the little towel there. And then another thing that I do is these sit-in
Oh,
water
oh,
features, right?
I just kicked the duck.
Uh-oh, that's all right. But see, if you can get from this point of view, like there's the it's just fun to have a duck in the water, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the faucet and my point is use your imagination. You've got things that look like handles in the faucet there, right?
Yeah.
Not that. So you use a mix of imagination. Then in my bedroom, there's making the bed. It's really fun because now we have these books, right? So you can
Yeah.
make a bedstand, a nightstand with books. And then I made a closet and I just made hangers in it
Yeah.
with wires.
That's very creative.
And then as to simply look like there's a dresser along the wall, just a couple wires and tiles, and boom, dresser.
Yeah.
Right? It's not. It's like don't it's just don't be afraid to try things. There's Chaz's signature.
Wow.
TBD. That was one of his names once upon a time. Heck of a signature. All
Yeah.
right. It really is. It's pretty fascinating. I've been kind of picky about who I let sign my base, although I'm happy to let a lot of people sign my base. I shouldn't be like that. So the next thing is the tree house.
Oh.
So we just kind of climb up, jump.
I don't think.
I know to some people this looks really kind of archaic or whatever, but I don't. You shouldn't care about any of that. Do what makes you happy.
Definitely. I
So
I don't think I have a signature yet. I haven't really made one.
yeah, it was really interesting. Dragon actually was the first one that talked me into figuring out a signature. And then Donut Crazy actually started copying it and made my signature better by copying me. But there's this extensive parkour here where I went to different things. There's a pumpkin patch over
Yeah.
there. Um, there's a lot of one of the things I do emojis in my messages in real life and in Discord is to use the sunshine heart. It's just always been what I do, sunshine purple heart, kind of my jam. Um, let's see. so many things to, so many places to go.
Yeah.
Like here we're kind of like going nowhere
Yeah.
because I might build something else. I'm gonna jump us down here real quick to go look at. This was the first thing I learned about sit-in. If I can even twist myself in there, kind of go to a corner and
Oh
twist
yeah, I
yourself
see
in.
where like the chair is.
It's a sit-in jacuzzi the same way the
Oh,
bathtub is.
yeah,
And
let me
that's
check
where I
that.
started with this whole sit-in idea, which fortunately spread, and a whole lot of people have a whole lot of better hot tubs and swimming pools on their
Yeah,
bases than me.
sure.
But it's like the thing is that it's really there's nothing. It's really nice to innovate an idea that shares and makes people happy,
Yeah,
right? Like that's the whole point of it. So through the whole parkour too. Oh, we can go up through here. I did a double layer garage.
yeah.
If you can get the angle, I don't know if you can get it, Lewis, from here, but you can get the angle. There's an underneath garage.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Which apparently I have full of, and there's an above ground garage, and it takes up the kind of the same space, which isn't so bad. Yeah. And then a lot of the parkours up here, we've got Santa Claus with gifts there.
yeah,
And then I started with, I think, 5 reindeers, and I add one every year. And the front has a little red nose. It's Rudolph.
yeah.
Um, it's kind of what I do. I don't know what I guess once I have 12, I have to stop, right? But
You probably keep
but
going. You can have it like around.
I just might. You never know.
You
It's
never
just
know.
like it's got a whole other value to it, and a lot of these things just came as wood came into the game. These things began to build. My first in the air pixel art was the rainbow with the star there. And what
Yeah,
I learned in terms of trying to build in the sky was two things. One, I would take a car. This is really helpful tips if you want to build in the sky. I actually have a video about how I did this when I build my reindeer up in the sky. If you guys, I'm not trying to promote my YouTube. I'm just saying that
you can if you want.
there's actually a video showing how to build in the sky a bit. But if you take like a car, you take one of your cars and you place the platform upside down in the sky, it gives you an area to build on and kind of a base, a flat base. And then if you put blueprints behind what you're drawing out, it helps you keep them flat and level.
Yeah,
So I would say that would be like my advice on how I did a lot of this. Um, I mean, pixel arts are pixel arts. They don't have that option. But with the wires and the in the air building, that is the magic to it. Is throwing you need to throw a blueprint behind to guide you, to draw against to put your wire in.
yep. Right.
And I think that I used to have a moving pink car. These were a big deal once upon a
Yeah,
time,
pink
but
cars were like everybody wanted one.
and the turnstile on it was really fun to do. Tricky to get it on there. The thing is now that every time you load in, the physics are such it's a hair off. So I have it locked now instead of turning,
Yeah.
um, which is really unfortunate. The only other thing I would probably want to show, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna
Yep.
jump over here. Is that somebody showed me this once? I modified it in some way. Just taking these little taking and building these little walls around here. A little bit of tilt in from the thing, but there's doors underneath so that you can take a truck underneath it.
Yep.
You can fill this, it'll store your wood if you need to take some of it to sell or to move. You just open your doors, which
Yep.
I'm not going to do right
No.
now. So so I'm just saying like there's a lot of just don't again, my point is always don't hesitate to go for any of your ideas. And don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is easy or stupid or anything like that. Build what makes you happy.
Can we see the game room? The one up there, like the blue.
Oh,
Yep.
my game room!
Yep.
I forgot about that. All right.
Missing the best part.
Oh, see, and I always try to duplicate values. See, I put all this Underwood storage here of the Strava. which
Yep.
is a really bad drive up. I have to be honest.
Can you drive up it?
But you can. It's just not as great as the one on the other ways, honestly. And sadly, refrigerator split out, so I can no longer close this door. But yeah, so I built a pool table to start, and I have an eyeball as the pool. See, there's the little pool. There's the little
Nice.
place to put the pool balls, the pool cues on the wall. As later
Yeah.
change, it's harder. We have the basketball like in an arcade.
Yeah.
So I've always added those. You can actually
I have terrible aim playing that in real life.
and then I have the best I can do to make a dang it, now I can't think what these are called. Anyway, so you can like try to throw your ball here. Skee ball, that's what it is. Skee
T-ball.
ball.
Yep. With
And I'm
instead
really good at dropping these. This one's really hard. Skee ball is really hard.
instead using eyes for T-ball.
It's eyes. We have no balls, right? So we use eyes. And then, although there may be more, I don't think it's anything that tiny. And then a friend came in and we started making these little small things to have a little Jenga here.
Jenga, yep.
And it was actually a bit taller, except that things keep glitching out. But you know what?
Yep.
It's it's just the notion that there's all of that to think about and remember how fun things can be. And that whoops, I didn't mean to fall down there.
I jumped down
I
as
didn't
well.
mean to fall down. That we can include all these things in when we build. Like this, again, my point is don't be afraid to do what you want. Don't buy into anybody's crap telling you whatever you do isn't good enough, because whatever you do is great.
Yep. I think that might be it for the base, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think it is. We saw the big house, and I think that's everything. Pretty sure.
And feel free to take any ideas. You're not stealing. You're not stealing. We just share.
Right, gonna end it now. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to Azzy's channel. I will put it down in the description below. Say bye, Azzy.
Bye.
Bye.